If you want to dress like a cool girl, we need to think as a cool girl. Because you are not bad at getting dressed. You just have too many voices in your head with unsolicited opinions and intrusive thoughts. So today I want to talk about 11 things that I stopped doing that have made me feel more confident, create outfits I love, and get dressed faster without going through 100 existential crises. And thank you Cozy Earth for sponsoring today's video. This video idea was definitely inspired by Beep World, so shout out to her. I will link her video down below. The first thing I stopped doing is questioning when I don't like something. Personal style is personal. It is you. It is your brain. There's no logic. There's no reason. You just like the things that you do and you don't like the things that you don't. Everything is so relative. So nowadays, if I'm shopping at a store and I'm trying something on and I don't like it instantly, I don't start like moving it around and asking someone if they like it on me. It's so hot. I literally want to hold my hair up like this. Taste is instinct because again, there's no reason for it. So when you don't like something in the beginning, chances are it's just not your thing. When we realize that our outfits are literally just meant to please us, we stop trying to fit into things that we instinctively don't really are drawn towards. I know we all know that we don't need to buy all of the things that are trendy and we don't need to adhere to all the new styles. But while in theory that makes sense, every time something exciting pops up, it is human nature to want to try it on and own it. One of the phrases that I've said in my videos that I think has resonated with you guys the most, because sometimes you'll comment, it is you don't have to own everything that you like. Spend so much time thinking about the idea of something that then when we have it in real life, we are more attached to the idea we had than to what we are seeing. So sometimes when you see it in real life, we don't like it, but because of the idea we had of it, we think we will. We do the same with men, lol. Don't try to justify your taste. No one's asking you to. If you don't like something, move on. Number 2, I stopped thinking that some things are universally pretty, that there is good combination, bad combination. Now, yesterday I was at my cousin's house, and I really hope they don't watch this because it would be very embarrassing. But my aunt looked at me and she was like, "You look so much prettier without glasses," because I took them out to like clean them. And she was like, "Those glasses really ruin your face. They're so big." And guys, I have received quite a few comments on my channel of you saying that these glasses are not it, that they don't fit my face. They're men's glasses. I'm a petite girl and I think these are like large size. So I am aware that the size of the glasses I chose is not the size meant for my face. Maybe in 2 years, 10 years, I'll look back and I'll be like, what was she doing? But right now I feel cute. I feel cool with these glasses. When you're in a group setting, even if everybody is the same age, watching the same movies, likes the same music, no one will like the same exact things that you do. Not because other people have bad taste and you have a good taste, but because taste is not something that can be, there's a mosquito here, right or wrong. And at the end of the day, if the only thing is we want is to feel pretty, which it is, how are we going to reach a point where we know what we like, what we should buy, how we should get dressed, if instead of asking ourselves what we like and figuring out what we like and exploring inside of our brains, we are always reaching outwards. This has to be in. You feeling pretty comes from the perception that you have of yourself, not the perception that other people have on you. And sure, if I'm walking down the street and someone says my outfit is ugly, that will be annoying to me. But if I got out of the house and I was confident, I'm gonna be more annoyed and frustrated that they don't have my vision or that they don't share my taste. I won't necessarily feel like I'm ugly because they said I was ugly. If when you leave the house, you are certain that you like what you're wearing, it might be annoying that other people don't share that taste with you, but at the end of the day, if you feel pretty, you feel pretty. Point. Now, while it is true that nothing is universally pretty, it is also true that some things are universally soft. So thank you to Cozy Earth for sponsoring today's video. Wasn't that a great segue? Home is the best part of life. In fact, I love being at home so much, I chose to work from home. And throughout the years, the most underrated purchases I've made were the ones that brought me comfort inside. Cozy Earth produces sheets from 100% bamboo viscose because bamboo is a fast-growing plant that generally requires less pesticide and agricultural input. Sheets are on your skin for hours and hours every night, so I love that their products don't have any harmful chemicals. They feel buttery soft, silky smooth. Plus, I live in a house without AC and it's been super hot, so another big plus is that their fabric is naturally temperature regulating, but keeps you cool when it's warm out and cozy when it's cold. It is hypoallergenic, moisture wicking, machine washable. This pajama is also 95% bamboo viscose. No harmful chemicals. Their luxe robe is very talked about, and a robe made of towel material has honestly probably been on my wish list ever since I was 15, so I'm so happy that I got my hands on this one. This is 60% cotton and 40% bamboo viscose. It's super absorbent, so it'll actually dry you up. It's not just aesthetic. I know my boyfriend will be stealing this from me every night this winter. The pockets are big. When you purchase bedding or bath products from Cozy Earth, you get a 10-year warranty against piling, abnormal rips and tears, and workmanship defects. This means your stuff is meant to last, to stay away from landfills, and to be passed down. If you're in need of homeware, use the link in my description box and code CE-MAIA for 20% off. Back to the video. The third thing I stopped doing is shopping like a normal person. Basically, I gave myself just a few little, very loose guidelines for shopping that have completely changed the game. And I have a whole video about how to stop buying clothes that you think you'll wear and then you don't. You can watch that after this one. But one of the rules I set for myself, and again, it's loose, I can break it. It's like a guideline. It's that I cannot buy, should not buy, more than 2 pieces of clothing per month. Having constraints instead of just feeling like if something is cheap, I can buy 10 pieces of it. It's so simple, but it helps so much. Like, especially when I'm reaching like the middle end of the year, like now it's August. So let's say I have 12 pieces or 10 pieces that I can add. If I'm scrolling on Depop and I like 4 items, I'm going to be like, from the 10 spots I have, is it worth occupying half of them with these things? Because most, and I'm talking about this so much so I don't want to be repeating myself, but most of our problem with fashion and with struggling to get dressed is that we fill our closets with things that we don't love, that we like but we don't love. And so then we feel like we never have options because we have so much stuff, and it's not ugly stuff, but it's also not all the pieces are screaming your name. Fourth thing, I stopped thinking that fashion is about matching things. When I was younger, I was told that, you know, a certain type of jacket was supposed to go with a certain type of shoe. You wouldn't pair heels with an Adidas track jacket. I saw clothes as belonging to categories, and I could pair things from the same category together. I remember being like, I don't know, 8, 10 years old when people started wearing, maybe that's not when they started, but I actually remember it was kind of the start of it. People wearing sneakers with dresses. It was kind of revolutionary because up until then, people would have to wear a feminine shoe when they had dresses. Probably heard of this a million times. A good outfit is made of contrast. It's made of unexpected choices. I think people like fashion when they see that there's intentionality, and if you're pairing 2 things that everybody would pair together, it doesn't seem as intentional because it feels like almost a natural automatic choice. So once you break that pattern and you start doing unmatchy combinations, that looks more intentional and like you did it more on purpose, so it shows more personal style, it shows more personality, and it becomes more you. A lot of people might like a certain style, but not a lot of people will like the same 6 styles of things. So if you stop combining things in the same style and you combine all the styles you like, that is your core, that is your aesthetic. Now, I'm not saying dress weird to stand out, because I think, and I had a phase in my life, maybe in my teenage years, where I did that, where people want to have personal style and they want to be noticed, and so they will make the most unexpected pairing possible to stand out. There's nothing wrong with that, but that is not necessarily what I'm saying. It's not that you have to go crazy, it's just stop combining things only of the same category or style. Style is about experimenting, not necessarily shocking. Next one I stopped doing maybe 5 years ago or longer. Not following everybody that I like on Instagram. I try to always keep my follower list under 100, and it's not because I'm better than anyone. It's not because I'm pretentious. It's just because 100 people, like, here's 100 balls. These are a lot of balls. Do you really think you need to follow the life of more than 100 people? No. So what I do is there's like 3 or 4 influencers that I absolutely love, that I want to have a parasocial relationship with, that I want to follow every step they do, okay? I follow them. The rest, if I want to see what they're up to, I can just go to their profile. And with friends, it's the same. I don't follow friends of friends. What this does to my style is, number one, all the trends come to me slower. And you would think that maybe because I'm a fashion influencer, fashion content creator, fashion YouTuber, that I would be on top of all the trends. I am not, because since I only follow like 2 or 3 fashion influencers, it takes way longer for me to notice something is a pattern and a trend, which means I get bombarded less, I get influenced less, and I can make decisions in a more clear way. My boyfriend doesn't have social media. Two of my friends, one doesn't have social media, and one is like constantly getting off social media. And it is so refreshing that whenever I'm talking to them, I have to tell them like, oh, I went on vacation to this place, or oh, I did that, because they don't know. And I'm a bit tired that people know of each other's lives, even close people, through stories, and not because they text them and they're like, hey, this happened. It is true that ignorance is bliss. There are probably 1,000 things, or 100 things, or 30 things that I would like to buy right now that are very cute. But if I don't see those things, I don't know that I want to buy them and that they're cute, because I don't even know they exist. Next up, I stopped seeing my outfit as my body, my clothes, my face all together, like the figure. I started looking at my outfit as here down, like the clothes and the body. No face nowhere. Talked about this before. I think a lot of times we are insecure with our faces, we're having a bad day, blah, blah, blah. We look at ourselves in the mirror, we think we don't like what we're wearing, but actually we just don't like our hair, or we just don't like our face that day. That's fine. Things that we see on Pinterest that we're like, this is so cute, if we put them on ourselves, we're not gonna like. It's like when you travel to a place that's super popular that you've seen so many photos of online, it never looks exactly like you imagined it, even if you've seen, you know, pictures of it. Same with Airbnb, same with trends. It is the same. It's just your brain, when it sees something, it doesn't just, it sees and feels more. There's feelings, there's air, there's smells, there's moods. When I'm getting dressed and I look in the mirror, I will look like this to see the outfit without my face and my hair. And then when I look at my full image, if I don't like something, I know it's my hair, or it's my makeup, or it's my face, or it's whatever. Another thing I do, I feel like this is not full merit of me, because I think it's also my personality. I don't look at mirrors too much. A lot of people, when they go out of the house during the day, they'll check like their phone on selfie mode to see how they're looking, or they will look in the mirror 1,000 times before leaving the house. I got dressed, I looked in the mirror, and once I like what I see, I don't look again, because I'm like, I liked it. I don't need to see it again. And even throughout the day, I'm not really looking at myself that much. I really wanted to do like a challenge where I don't look in the mirror for like a week to see how that is, because we are so used to our own image. And what happens if we detach from our own image? I just think when we're too worried about how our body looks in clothes, we lose the fun of fashion. Something else I stopped doing is I stopped responding to comments of people about my outfits. I don't get that many comments these days because I spend a lot of time at home and I moved out of my hometown. But I used to go out, and if I was wearing loafers, which are like the most basic shoe nowadays, a guy would be like, oh, so you're wearing grandpa shoes? Or I'd be wearing a very vibrant, colorful outfit. And if it had like, I don't know, green and red, someone would be like, you look like a watermelon. I think some people just want to make conversation and they want to make small talk, and because they don't really understand what you're wearing, or they are not that into fashion. When they see an outfit, they just associate it to the closest thing they know similar to that. I don't know. It's weird, but you don't need to answer it. Something else I stopped doing is if I'm going for errands or to the supermarket, nowadays I really try to like every outfit that I get off the house with, especially because I work from home, so it's not like I'm getting dressed every day, to be honest. I'm not saying I'm wearing fancy things in the supermarket. I'm just saying that instead of wearing a t-shirt and a random pair of lounge pants, I will try to put an outfit together that I really like. That's casual, but that is me. 10, started wearing color because no one cares. I know that wearing a lot of color is trendy, so I'm not saying that I'm just doing it out of my own head, but I think I used to be so shy to wear vibrant colors together, and I just don't care nowadays. Color is not unprofessional. I also think we associate corporate work, jobs, to wearing nudes and grays and browns. You can use color in a put together, happy, but formal way. It just depends on the tonalities of the colors and how you're pairing them and what the silhouettes are. You can be taken seriously while wearing color. I'm assuming you are similar age to mine, especially as we grow now into older adults. It is so important that we don't lose the joy in the way we get dressed, and that we don't think that just because we're getting older we can't continue to dress in whatever ways with whatever colors we like. And number 11 brings us into a video I posted recently, which is I stopped caring about fashion rules. Don't mix gold and silver, or a baggy top should go with a tight bottom. So with that said, that is all that I have for you guys today. Again, thank you for Cozy Earth for sponsoring this video. If you want to get a discount, you can use this code and click the link down below. I love you guys, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.